Howdy, y'all. Howdy. Reason I was wearing my cheap readers to start this was so you could know it's a different day from yesterday. Because I am wearing the same shirt today that I wore yesterday. And that's something I said I wouldn't do. I would at least, try to get dressed and look pretty for you every day. But today, no, just not today. Just not today. This is going to be quick. It may come off a little rant-like, but that's all in the authenticity of this now, isn't it? So here we go. This frustrates the daylights out of me. I'm not enjoying this whole lockdown thing at all, and I just find it just is really, today is one of those days where it's bothering me. Number one, I'm exhausted. We went from, at work, no extra shifts to, okay, we'll give you a few little extra ones, now to like these 4 to 5.5 hour extra shifts, which means 8 to 9.5 hour days. And I'm tired, just tired. And I couldn't get a nap in today because I just couldn't sleep because of all this. So my schedule is like from 6 to 10 to 11:30, somewhere in there. And then my normal work, my afternoon work is 2 to 6:30. And some people might go, well, you're working a normal day. Yeah, with that big split in the middle there. And something that is a lot more physical than I thought it was going to be. Physically and mentally tolling. So there's that. So like I said, I wasn't able to nap. Just wasn't going to happen. Something that came to me that just kind of like really hit me as I was driving back down 3rd Avenue this morning. 3rd Avenue is like the main transit corridor in downtown Seattle. Empty. I'm going, where are all the people? It's just not right. Where are all the people? And the infamous 3rd and Pine McDonald's is now boarded up. And that's just, I don't really appreciate that business. It has attracted a bad element. But to see it boarded up is just kind of unsettling. There's, down by Ross in the next block, there's a little stand that's on the corner that sells snacks and drinks and stuff like that. Just this little shack thing. I was wondering what's happened to that person. And then down the post office at University, there's a little stand in there where this blind guy sells things like lottery tickets, Cokes. In the old days, he probably sold cigarettes, probably still does, candy and stuff like that. What's happened to him? Never mind all the people who are in some of those retail establishments along the way, the restaurants, and all those towers up either side. How are they all doing? There's a little hamburger stand, I can't remember the name of it now, at 3rd and Marion. 3rd and Marion or Spring. Anyway, there's just one person in there working now all day just standing, I've noticed as I've driven by. And that's all bothering me. And then, but wait, there's more. So after I woke up from the nap that I wasn't able to nap in, I got an email, the core staff at the parish that I work at, that our pastor is now self-quarantined for exposure to the virus. He lives at a neighboring parish with 2 other priests. The pastor of that other parish, who's in his mid-70s and in his 2nd bout of cancer, went and did an anointing of the sick down in the hospital, and somehow he got exposed, and they're afraid that the other 2 might be exposed too. The 2nd priest who's there is our former pastor, who is now our former pastor because he was just too ill to continue working. He's like 63 or 64, diabetes-related problems. I mean, a whole list of them. And before this all shut down, saw him a couple weeks, and he didn't look good. So it's like, ugh. And then there's our pastor, who's now 75, who's had some health challenges in the last year. It's like, talk about three people who can't afford to be getting this illness. Yellow getting an infection of it, they just can't afford the illness. Our guy might survive it. He might be able to survive it. Our former guy, it's, and then the pastor of that other parish where they're all at. If you're in your second round of cancer in your mid-late 70s, it's just like, I haven't even processed that yet. I haven't even read the full email. I caught the main points, and he put in some other stuff for us to think about and do and stuff, and it's like, no, I just can't. And then, this is not an and then, but for the next 2 weeks, we're going to have a priest substituting for us that will come in for our recorded masses. And the interesting thing about this guy is I met him before he was a priest, when he was working in the Diocese of Yakima down at Christ the King in Richland. So it'll be interesting to see him again. And, that made me think of a really good year in my life. I didn't realize how good it was until I didn't have it anymore. And, yeah, it's like, it's not that I don't have enough going on up here as it is, but today had to be added on to it. So I have nothing snappy or impressive for you. Just telling you what's on my mind and what's going on. And we'll see what comes out tomorrow. Peace, friends.